Ladies and gentlemen, today is December 11th, 2012. And this is the KNKL Emma Stream, episode 13. 13. No! Yeah. It's really hard to look at the camera and do this at the same time. There we go. 13. Okay, there we go. And we are professionals on here, and that means that we basically do everything in one take. No matter how many mistakes we make, the show must go on, right? So, today we are going to be jumping right back into the comic. We are not going to be doing concept art as we were yesterday working on Nico, but we are just going to be continuing our brainstorming session for a couple of the pages in the upcoming part. Upcoming! Yes, and that will be awesome. Oh, by the way, and I'm going to subtitle to the name of today's daily, Kienan Spills the Beans, aka the recipe for time. I'm basically going to be letting go of all of the secrets that I have had on my shoulders for the past few weeks because I cannot keep secrets, and it's getting to the point where I just can't contain it anymore. So, today is going to be called Kienan Spills the Beans. But before we get into that, we are going to check out the Emma live stream, or the Emma Facebook. Not the sad news on Yahoo. No, we're not going to look at that. We're going to look at the Facebook. Come to us. Come to us. Come on. I should have had this up before. But because we are professional, we like to do things as we please. So I wanted to take note of the awesome new fan art that has been being submitted here. From now on the stream, I'm only going to be pulling up the Emma Facebook, and the KNKL show will only be pulling up the KNKL Facebook, because last week I noticed that there's a little bit too much time in the beginning where I'm just like talking about stuff. And it seems like I spent a little bit too much time just flapping my gums in the beginning, to the point where people are just skipping to the point where I actually start drawing. So I hope that I don't bore you guys with that stuff, but I just kind of like it. So that's not going to change. If you really don't like it, you can just skip around, and I'm sure somebody will just post up a link to the time that you can skip to, so you don't have to hear me talk. And then you can hit the mute button. Mute it! Whew. So with all that out of the way, yes, I did just get out of the shower, so my hair is probably going to poof out throughout the lapsing of the daily. And yeah, you guys are just going to have to deal with that because I need to get a haircut, and I know this. However, I do not have the time or the money for that right now. So, I'm thinking of just growing it out and then donating to Locks of Love. We'll see what happens with that. So let us get started. Let us get started. Alright, so as you can see here, bear in mind you shouldn't really know exactly the context that's going. I had to pick a couple pages out of what I'm working on right now that wouldn't give away too much of the story right at the beginning, right? Because you guys got a couple weeks before you're going to get this, so I didn't want to just give it all away. That would be terrible. But today, yes, we are going to be doing some more brainstorming. So basically what's happening here is Emma basically has her hands over her face for reasons unknown to you. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of sketch that out, finish that up, and I'll basically kind of give you context as to what is happening within this panel, right? So she is holding her hands to her face. She pulls them away to reveal her normal eyes. Maybe she's having some sort of a panic attack. And now she's calming herself back down. So now she's looking down at her hand here. And you know what? I think today we'll just focus on this page. We'll go ahead and we'll just move right into the cleanup stage, right? I'll show you how I go about doing that. Alright? Alright. Well, let's see. To do that, oh, but to do that, we need to actually grab this page. Right? Man, we are so professional on this stream. I love it. Let's go ahead and copy that. Copy that and open up another PSD. Let's open up page 1 from part 2. Nico is Emma's twin brother. Wouldn't that be funny? No, unfortunately, that will not be the case. So let's go ahead and move on to our layout here. And 1 second while I save this out. I need to make sure. I don't know where this actually saves to, so I didn't want it to reveal anything terrible. So actually, one thing I can tell you is there's actually going to be a part 3 of issue 1. So originally I was planning each issue being 20 pages. It is actually going to be 30 pages now, right? Because I don't want to have a lot of ads in the comic, and it will be nice. It bumps up the page value and makes everything awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into this. You can tell I am very well prepared for today's daily. Clearly. So let's go ahead and lay this in here. Yeah. Good. I'll basically just walk you through what I am doing. Okay? So these guidelines on the sides here represent, you know, the crop images, right? It's 1 inch on the top and 1/2 inch on the sides. And I basically just kind of line up my panels, more or less, to fit that. There we go. Line them up. Line them up. Cool. Let's go ahead and transform that to the way, just the way we like it. Just the way. Okay. Now let's go ahead and lay in our frames, right? Let's start with those frames. Create a new layer called frames. And let's go ahead and pick our darker grayish blue color that I use for my sketching. Let's go ahead and lay in dim frames. Okay. So I'm liking this one. I'm liking this one. Stroke it. It's good. On to the next here. I'll have this one be a little bit more in. The way I kind of think of it is like when you have a panel that you want people to like focus in on, kind of make it a little bit smaller so there's more borders around it. You know, like notice it doesn't go all the way to the crop line. And that improves layout and it keeps your pages interesting, because if all your pages look exactly the same, people are going to get bored very quickly. There you go. So, I'm trying to think of when the best time is to spill the beans about what's been going on. And it's really not, I guess, that big of a deal. I was thinking, ooh, it's going to be like a grand reveal of what's going on, but really I'm just going to shoot straight with you guys and tell you what's been going on in my life. Because a lot of you have been asking the question, and this might be a good way to lead into it, of what has been going on with me and Riot. Right? Rot. And yesterday I may have cued you in on, or I may have aroused your interest with something that I call the recipe for time, right? And why I'm actually able to do this, and how I'm making time to make this comic, right? And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and really I'm just gonna shoot straight with you. Shooting straight with you. The recipe for time is you make it. And I made time by quitting my job. Oh man. That's it. I quit. I quit my job because I wanted to do this so badly. Oh man, it feels so good to like get that out there. Whew. I wanted to make this comic so badly that I decided the only way for me to get the time to do it would be for me to quit my job at Riot. And I don't want you guys to think like I'm on the fast track to becoming a hobo or anything. Like I can still work on contract with them every now and then if I need to. I'll do a splash here and there, and you know I'll get some money. But I think the big thing was, in fact, let me switch it back to this really quick. I think the big thing that made me do it was, yeah, it's just when you have something that you want to create super badly, and you need time, you gotta make it for yourself. And so I saved up some money, saved up enough money to go for maybe 4 or 5 months, and I was like, hey, that's enough to at least get the comic started. Then, and then in the meantime, you know, if I need money, if I need to take a break, I can do some contract work, but I'm not going to be going in full time every day to the office anymore, right? So, let's see what you guys are saying. And anyway, sorry. And I'll answer your questions at the end of the daily. I can't answer your questions about this right now, but I will answer them during the catapult session. Right, but yeah, I just decided I'm gonna take 4 or 5 months off to do this and see if I can get a decent chunk of the comic out there. And then worst comes to worst, I mean, I can always go out and try to get a job somewhere else again, or maybe at Riot, maybe they'll take me back. But in the meantime, I am able to work on contract. If I really need money, I'll just have to take a break from making the comic, which I don't want to do. But yeah, that's kind of the big news. I've actually been gone for probably closing in on 2 months now. I quit 2 months ago. So, so I really appreciate the support and everything you guys have been giving me. I mean, really just the fact that I've created something, like, this is the magic, right? I've created something literally out of my head and manifested it here, right? And I'm creating it every day with my best friend. We're like in the creative process together, and we're kind of like living out our dreams. And as far as I'm concerned, we're already successful because we're happy, right? Not that I'm saying I wasn't happy at Riot, but it's like I was creating those characters and I was having fun and all that, but I really, really felt strongly that I need to create something for myself. So yeah, it's been really good, and I think it's only going to get better. But like I said, just seeing the fan art and just seeing the response that you guys have given me and the support, there was literally a point where I realized that I can't turn back anymore. Like I can't just quit. I can't stop making the comic now because people like it and they're kind of counting on me, and I'm really counting on myself, because I just don't want to get to the end of my life and be like, wow, I wish I would have taken some time to make that thing, or or take a risk with my best buddy to see if we could create something together, because that's what we've always wanted to do. But I mean, we always talk about making music, making a band, together, but this is just as cool. We're literally creating stuff together, and it's really fun. Yeah. But yes, there's a lot of work involved. Like, I am working on this every day. I work on this. My schedule, I'll tell you guys my schedule, since we're being so open and honest with everybody today, telling our secrets. My schedule is literally, I'll get up, okay, hang on, gotta fix this. I'll get up at probably around 9 or 9:30. That's really nice, right? Because I used to start work at Riot around 10 o'clock. Alright, so it's really nice being able to wake up at 9:30, start at like 9:45 or 10. And then I'll just work as if it was a normal day. I'll take a break for lunch, and sometimes I'll go bike riding. Like, that's really nice. I haven't been in the last probably weeks or so because I was really going pedal to the metal to get part 2 out. Like, my best friend literally is the reason why I decided to do that. And yeah, it's just like, dude, people can't wait for 3 weeks and then have you give them 6 pages. It's like, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and that's not the goal that you set for yourself. So he held me accountable, and I really appreciate that. And I'm totally messing up these hands. I should not draw these hands yet. I need to draw the face within. The face within. Yeah, so many guys have been asking and stuff, and so many guys have been asking that question. I just can't. I couldn't hold it back anymore because I really think when I hold stuff inside, when I hold secrets inside, they like get to me, like they bother me. And I just felt like there's a lot of stuff that I needed to take care of. And one of those was to tell you guys just kind of what's up. So, yeah. You probably won't be seeing any work from Riot, or work from me, or Riot, for a little while. At least until I have to pick up some contract work again. But the reason why I tell you guys this is because, like I said, I mean, eventually there will come a time where I'm going to be, you know, offering opportunities for you guys to contribute and support the comic, right? You know, aka make some money so I can keep going. And that'll be awesome. But again, like, I don't want to, like, pressure you guys or, like, guilt you into giving me money. Because, I mean, like, I'm a man, I'm an adult. Like, if I really need money to keep on surviving, like, I can make money for myself, right? But, you know, to do that, I would need to take a break off the comic. So, basically, that's the trade-off. That's all. That's all. So yeah, I don't know if that was really a surprise to you guys or if you already knew. If you already knew what was going on. But, yeah. Oh no. And I'm not saying you need to quit your job. I'm saying that if you really want to do something, because here's the other thing. I really sat down and I figured out, okay, how much money do I need a month to keep going, right? And I decided, because I'm living in expensive California, it's about $1,500 to $1,600, right, per month for me to pay for rent, pay for my car, insurance, and phone, and all that stuff. All right, and a little bit of spending cash to, you know, go out with my friends. So I was like, really, like, that's not too much. It's not too much when you really think about it. Like, to make $1,600 a month, I really think that I can create a business that would do that. Or maybe eventually make some investments that the interest would accumulate $1,600, and that would be really nice, right? And, but yeah, I'm not saying you should just go out tomorrow and quit your job. What I am saying is if there's something that you feel that you should be doing, and you're in a position to do it, then really think about, really sit down and sneeze into your shirt, and then calculate exactly what you would need to get there, you know, like, instead of just saying, oh, someday, and you're like waiting for the clouds to part and the angels come down, and then they present the idea to you that is going to make you, you know, financially independent or whatever. Instead of that, like, really sit down and be like, wow, okay, I really want to start my own business and I want to create this thing. And, you know, really it wasn't even about, I mean, this isn't even about the money, really. It's about, I just want to create something and have people look at it, right? So the one thing that I will kind of say as well is you guys, like, really, like, if you want to support the comic, like, when I start putting products out there, that's awesome. You know, if you want to buy products or whatever, you know, you want to buy the little, you know, stickers or posters or, you know, at first I'm going to be releasing digital things, but really the best thing that you can do to help support the comic is literally just help spread the word, right? Just help drive more people to see it, because the more eyes we can get on this, the better. So that is the one thing that you can do to help me. You don't have to crack open your wallet for. But if you do want to crack open your wallet, I'm fine with that. I'm more than fine with that. So anyway, that's me spilling the beans. I hope you guys feel as relieved as I am now that I got that off my chest. Yeah. So now what? Now what? Now what do we talk about? What are you guys talking about? You guys are like, I thought you were going to teach me some magical way to manage my time. Nope. You just make it. You make it. You decide how important it is to you, and you make it. But luckily, I'm lucky, right? Like I'm single, and I got no kids, I am married. All I gotta worry about is myself, right? All I got is food, and rent, and my car, right? And since I've been doing this, I don't even need my car. Well, to get around, besides that. But you know what I mean. It's just, and not everybody has that luxury. But I firmly believe that I could have even kept working it right, and still be doing this, but it would have been coming out a lot slower, and it probably would not be as good a quality. So I just decided that it's most important for me to just do this. And again, worst comes to worst, and go back to what I know. But at least everybody will know that I tried. Everybody will know that I tried. And really, the worst that happens is I go back to working in the industry, and then I have an awesome story, right? I have an awesome story that people love, and I told it. And that's what I want. I just want to finish my life knowing that I told my story. And that's it. That's it. Okay, anyway, I'm getting a little sappy, so let's go ahead and back to the art. Back to Emma holding her face. Let's see. This is an interesting... Her hands look a little big. I think we need to make those a little bit smaller. Let's go and fix that, shall we? Oh, and by the way, today at the end of the stream, I am going to Skype with you guys. So, thank you guys so much for putting that together and wanting to talk afterwards. Like, that's going to be really cool. I thought that was funny. You guys post the evidence on the Emma stream, or the KNKL Facebook. I thought that was really awesome. So yes, I will Skype with you guys today. Because you are awesome. Because you guys are awesome, and I love my supporters, and I love my fellow artists. I really, really appreciate that. And that's the other thing. Like, me and my friend were talking yesterday about Johnny Depp, of all people, right? And just kind of his views on people, right? Like, he says he doesn't like to call people fans, right? Like, and I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't see people that read the comic or watch the show as fans. They're just fellow artists, fellow people. And they're awesome people too, right? Because a lot of you have your own awesome styles and projects going on the side. And there was literally a night where I was looking at, and this is going to sound kind of funny, but Rin the Yordle. Rin the Yordle's little Ask page, right? Ask Rin. And there was just a point where I went through that and I saw all the other ones with like Ask Warwick, and I love Warwick. But I don't know, I was just looking at things like this, and I thought to myself, today's going to be a very inspirational day, by the way. We're not going to be talking about soda pop, wax candy, or any of that stuff. We're talking about inspirational, good stuff, right? Positive stuff. But there was a point looking at those blogs where I was like, man, people are awesome. People are cool. And, like, people are deep. Like, people have so many awesome things to share. Like, everybody has a beautiful talent that he or she does differently than everybody else that they have to share with this world. And I just thought that was really, really awesome. And it was just, quite frankly, inspiring and humbling at the same time. I was like, man, this is just so awesome. I've got to be one of these people. I've got to be one of these people that just creates and does what they want to do. And I can't tell you how happy I've been. I've never been happier in my life making this comic, right? And I'm uncertain about what's going to happen in the future, but man, you kind of really figure out what you're made of when you really kind of take that step, you know? And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But again, I know I'll look fondly back on this memory. Very, very fondly. I don't like this mouth. Back to the art. Let's fix this mouth. She just look more sobby. Smell like, There we go. Might be a little too sobby. There you go. Yeah. We're not fans. We are rabid cult followers. Sundancer. You crack me up, man. You crack me up. Rabid cult followers. Raving fans. Raving fans. If you're going to be fans, at least be raving fans, right? With the glow sticks and everything, right? I'm not looking for satisfied viewers. I'm not looking for happy readers. I'm looking for raving fans. Because we like to dance and have a good time on the stream, right? And I would be dancing with you. I'm a raving fan of you guys, right? Because you are awesome. And just the support that you give me makes me so happy. But really, in the end, I don't mean to say that and then go to something completely different. But in the end, this comic, another thing you got to realize is whatever you make, whatever you do, especially if you're creative, and I firmly believe this, if you're a creative person and you're creating something, right, you've got to do it. You got to make something that you enjoy, right? Of course, you can listen to community feedback and all that stuff, but really, like, pay attention to your gut, you know? Pay attention to your gut feeling. And if you like it, and if you're proud of it, you're probably onto something good, right? You're probably onto something right. If you let everybody else tell you what to do, and you structure your product or your business around what everybody else wants, then you might start to feel unfulfilled because you feel like you're being led by somebody else. You know, you're led by the whims of, you know, whoever else buys your stuff or whatever. You know, and a lot of people say the customer is always right, right? But to a certain extent, I guess. I don't know. Especially when you're doing a startup business, like you've got to have that. I feel like a lot of things these days, like people really appreciate and respect like real grassroots type stuff. You know, it's like homegrown and it's not. Because there's so many things out there that's just totally marketed to the masses, right? And it's so diluted to the point where there's no substance to it. And I think that comes from people trying to please everyone. And you just can't. You got to find your niche market and then entertain the hell out of them, right? And that is what I plan to do. Entertain the hell out of them. Hell's not a bad word, is it? I hope not. I hope everybody on the stream is okay with that word. Oh, well, they can't say that word on Nickelodeon, so I probably shouldn't say that here. All right. Mr. Matt Patton with your headphones and cool hair. Thank you. I'm glad that my tutorials are able to inspire you. Alrighty, so moving on to the next panel. Let's go ahead and scratch in these eyes. Scratch in the eyes. What time we got here? Have I been yapping enough? Hey, I got 30 minutes left to yap. Very good. Very good. Very good. I think I might do a little bit of an extended Q&A session today because I have been drawing all day, and it seems like on the days where I'm creating the pages, like where I'm really, really exercising my brain, it seems like I can't really go for that much longer. I mean, by the time 7 rolls around, I've been working all day, and it's, you know, I don't want to compromise the quality of the experience, quality of the viewing experience. So I will stick it out the best that I can. And yeah, you know, let the good times roll. There we go. There we go. Lovely. And then we will Skype. We will be Skyping it. So today I would like to talk about where I went for lunch. I went to a place called Thai Dishes. Alright, it's a really, really nice place out here in Santa Clarita. And they have the most amazing chicken coconut soup, right? They call it tom kha gai, right, in Thai. And I know that because my dad went on his mission, right? It's not like an army mission, but he's Mormon, so Mormons go on missions, right? Far and wide across the world. And I am personally not Mormon, but he went there and he learned to speak Thai, right? And he had such a cool experience because he went to Thailand, and you know, it's like the conversion of the dollar is like so much there that they literally lived like kings. Like you serve a mission for 2 years, right? And they lived like kings. Like they had maids in the house all the time. Like they would clean the house, make food and all this stuff, and all they're doing is going out and preaching, you know, the word or whatever, you know, they believe in. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, he had a good time. But anyway, he told me about this amazing dish called tom kha gai. And so I go to Thai restaurants and I order it. Even if it's not on the menu, I order it and they can still make it, and they usually make it really, really well. And I get extra points because they're like, how does he know? How does he know about the secret of tom kha gai? Yes. Yes. So, anyways. Yeah. Yes. Moving on. Okay, so we got the fingers there. These super close-up shots. I need to make like a chart of how big Emma's hand is next to her face. In fact, I think I do have something here. Let us consult the proportion guide. So it appears that hand, if it was stretched out, it would reach about that far, and that goes up to Emma's eye. Well, no. Well, yeah, actually. It goes right up to her eye. So this looks about right. Good on you. Oh, but I do have one more thing I do need to tell you about. You guys talking about? Oh, one more thing that I do want to talk to you guys about is lately one of the biggest challenges that I've been having, and I guess the questions I've been asking myself is, how can I drive traffic to the site, right? And I'm really, really happy with the amount of people that have been reading the comic. I think there's about like 2,000 people that have actually read part 1. And I think we just went over 1,000 people that read part 2 today. And that's pretty awesome, right? But, of course, I want more people to read my story. So, I've been asking myself, like, how can I get the word out better, right? So, I just kind of took a day and I went through like DeviantArt because I have a lot of people that watch me on there, and I started updating some links. I posted the cover for issue 1 there along with a link to the site, and that was cool. But I cannot tell you guys, the biggest help, the biggest support that you can give me is to help spread the word about the comic, because a referral from word of mouth is worth 2 in the bush. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but you know what I mean. If you refer it to your friends, I really, really appreciate that. So do that. Tell your friends, tell your dog, tell your cat. It's going to be the new thing there. Some of you said you don't have any friends. Oh, that's so sad. That's impossible. I'm your friend. That is impossible. I'm your friend. Okay? Not that you said that right now, but somebody said that yesterday. People in the chat. Chatty people. And tomorrow is Wednesday, and you know what that means? Wednesday is what I'm calling my work all night Wednesday. Hey! That's awesome. That's when I get to stay up really, really late and just keep chugging, right? So I'm hoping to get some frames laid out here, so that way I can go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'm going to get these babies laid out so we can go ahead and work all night tomorrow night. That'll be way fun. Well, the interesting thing, Toothpaste, was I wanted to tell you. So I wanted to tell you, I actually kept my red name. I can still post on the forums with my red name, which is pretty cool. And I was thinking of being evil and using that to my advantage. However, I was trying to think of a tactful way to do that, and I was thinking we could post, and I will need your guys' help with this, I was thinking of posting a thread on the fan art forums, and I just wanted to post up some League fan art, right? And then I can have a link to the comic down below. Be like, hey, if you like my fan art or you like my stuff, if you've enjoyed my work for Riot and you'd like to take a look at my new project, check it out. You know, and it'll just be right there. You know, nothing too malicious or anything. And nobody really ever checks the fan art forums except for artists, but that just happens to be my target audience. So I'm thinking about posting some stuff on there. Some League stuff. And I really am not used to drawing close-up shots of characters yet. I need to get better at that. I need to get a lot better at that. Oh yeah, Reddit would be awesome. Oh yeah, for those of you who are tuning in, yeah, today I spilled the beans. I'm not working for Riot anymore. I quit, and I have been quitted for 2 months now. But don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna become a hobo or anything. Like, I can still work on contract with them if I need to. I'll just need to take a break from making the comic, but I decided that I just needed time, right? I needed time to make this happen. And it was so important to me that I just went ahead and I quit. And I left on good terms, so, I mean, yeah, like I said, I can take contract work if I need to. But nothing beats just being able to wake up and work from home, you know what I mean? It's awesome. Love it. Love it! Let's go ahead and divide the circle in half. I quitted. Have you guys seen this amazing Darius banner? Insert Emily. Gender bend Lolita Darius. Yeah, I can see that. We'll do that. We'll get right on that, yeah? Gender bend Lolita Darius. Love it. Love it. See, this is why I like the way you guys think. You guys are smart. Yes. And there's nothing I love more than the sound of the cars on the freeway right outside, just that shh, just going by ever so lightly. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's very relaxing. And these cool winter days have been nothing short of breathtaking. But have you guys been enjoying winter wherever you're living at? Is it really cold there? Is there snow? You guys out there making snowmen? The only thing I do love about winter, and I'll tell you this right now, the one thing that I do miss about Utah, as opposed to living here in California, is sledding! Sledding! Who doesn't love sledding? It's awesome, and it's probably one of the most surefire ways to get hurt ever invented, right? And there's this awesome sledding hill right by where my parents live. It's just basically like this big park, right? It's like giant, huge old thing, and it like goes down this huge hill, and then there's like a baseball diamond at the bottom, so there's plenty of like room to like go through there. And there's even this other like bowl, like a huge bowl up in the mountains that people go and sled all the time. And there's like jumps, and we take our tubes and stuff, and it was just so fun, so fun. But I love sledding. I think it's one of the best things to do throughout winter. And yeah, more people need to do that. So I'm jealous of the people that have snow right now, just for that reason. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, Emma, you're so precious. You are so precious. Head's a little deformed, but that is okay. Still love you. Love you, babe. Love you, babe. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. I really think I'm starting to get more comfortable with drawing this character. Really starting to get the hang of it, you know what I mean? Getting the hang of it. And that makes me happy like no other. Hey, 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 hey! Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Oregon. I actually used to live there too. Mr. Extra Toothpaste. I used to live up in Oregon. Many, many moons ago. I was probably about 5 years old. I was young and precious. That was back when Super Mario 3 came out, I believe. Super Mario Brothers for the old NES, number 3 came out. That was back in the late 80s. Good times. Good times. Now I'm getting all nostalgic. Woo! So let's just keep going here. Keep going. Keep going. You just gotta keep going and going and going. So, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, guys. We're gonna go ahead and finish up the drawing session at approximately 7:50. So in about 5 minutes. And then I will open up the castle gates to the catapults. And then you will send me your questions, and I'll answer them. We'll do a 10-minute one today. And then we'll wrap up today's stream, and then we'll be Skyping. We'll Skype, we'll hang out for a little bit, and then when you guys get bored of me, you'll be like, yeah, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go. Okay, bye. Bye. See you tomorrow. See you never. See ya, maybe never. La 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 la. Drawn arms. Strong arm. You guys are funny. Flipping it. Let's take a look at what we've done. This face is much too big. Yes, the police. The police are a regular visitor here in Los Angeles County. I don't live in Los Angeles. I live in Valencia. The beautiful home of Magic Mountain. And you want to know why they call it Magic Mountain? Because it smells like magic. Every day when the park closes down. I don't know what happens, like the sewer system or what kind of nasty pipe is like running through that place, but it smells. That place smells. It smells like funnel cake after it's been processed through the human body. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not a pleasant thing. Okay? We don't want to smell the funnel cake. Not then. In fact, funnel cake is just not good for you. I've determined that, right? Because my buddy, my rider Jake, he's always like, "Ugh, I hate funnel cake. Hate it. It's nasty," right? So I was like, what a party pooper, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna go to Magic Mountain with my other friend, right? And we're gonna get a funnel cake and we're gonna enjoy it, right? And we get the biggest funnel cake, and it's just covered in chocolate syrup and powdered sugar on top of it, right? And we go ahead and I split it with my buddy, right? And we were like, "Oh, this is so good, man! I don't know. Can you believe Jake doesn't like this stuff? Come on!" And then we finish it, and then we're just sitting there. We're like, "Oh no, we should have listened to Jake." And we were both terribly sick because of just the amount of calories. I don't know, because some guy sneezed in it for whatever reason. Funnel cakes, bad news. So, needless to say, I will not be eating those again. But hey, it was good for during the eating of it. I really enjoyed it then. But after that, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, that's cute. That's just a cute face, Emma. Ain't that just precious? What I'm doing here is I'm measuring the line up, right? Because there's a line that comes up and meets that eye, but it kind of goes back and joins right there. Good. Good. I just wanted to get that one face good. That way, at least, there's something for people to look at, right? And I'm probably blocking that with... Actually, no, I'm not blocking too much of it. Just a bit. Just a tad bit. Sorry, I should have had it like that, guys. But hey, it's all good. Whatever. So what time we got? Is it time for the catapults? Yes, it is. It is 7:51. Time for catapults. Whew! Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm opening up the floodgates. Catapult yourselves and your questions to me, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. You may answer, or you may ask questions such as, what kind of auto insurance should I pick? What should I text this girl so she'll want to go out with me? Anything. Anything. What kind of cologne should I get? How do I appear more professional in the workplace? That'll be my strong one. Alrighty. Can you touch my beard? I don't have much of one to touch, but if you were here, yes, I would let you touch my beard. That's an interesting question to start. What was the last splash art I did for Riot? Well, the last splash art that I did for Riot is actually going to be the upcoming champion Vi, who is the girl with the power gloves, right? And she is she is pretty dang cool, right? But I didn't finish. I didn't finish the splash, but I did start it. I basically laid it out, got the lines done, kind of started the colors. But that was my last day, right, when I was working on that. So I basically passed it off to my team. I don't even know if they're still going to use it. They might redo it entirely. But that was the last one I was working on. And prior to that, I think I worked a little bit on Dragon Trainer Lulu. But they basically like overpainted that entire thing. So it basically didn't even look like my original fish. But it still looked cool, I guess. So whatever. I had this thing where I was wanting to make the Yordles. I kind of was pushing for the Yordles to be a little bit more of a rendition of my anime style. Like if you guys see the new Rocket Girl Tristana, let me go ahead and pull that up. Let me go ahead and find that picture really quick. The new Rocket Girl Tristana. Where are you? There you are, my dear. This is another one I was working on. Because basically they had me redo... Oh. Let's try that again. Basically they're having me redo some of the splashes that were done before. Because, as you know, we stepped up the quality bar on our splashes while I was working there. So we really wanted like these clean edges and really nice, you know, like material renderings and all that stuff. So this was another one of the last ones that I was working on. And it was very, very fun. But yeah, you can see how basically the Yordle style was kind of a more realistic approach to my anime style, and I was trying to really push for that. So we'll see if they end up doing that. Most of the time when they wanted people to draw Yordles, they're like, Keenan, you draw the Yordles. Because people liked the way that I did Lulu, a.k.a. Wayna. Wayna was her working name. And I kind of liked Wayna more, but whatever, it's all good. Oh yeah, the KNKL. Yes! Oh, Toucans, this is a great question. How does one get more known around, at least on the internet, for their art? At least, how did I start? Okay, this is a great, great question. I firmly believe that today, with the magic of the internet, you cannot create something amazing and have it go unnoticed. You cannot create something that is awesome and have it go unnoticed. So, if you want to become more known or more popular, whatever you want to call it, if you want more people to look at your art, I firmly believe, because I started the KNKL show, right, just as a fun project, right? It was just an idea to get more comfortable speaking publicly, right? And the idea that I had behind it wasn't like, okay, what can I do to get people to like me, right? I was like, hey, I'm going to do this for myself, and hey, maybe a couple people will look at this and like it, right? And maybe they'll be inspired to do something with art. And if I just get those 2 people, right? If I get 2 people that really like and watch this, then I'm going to keep going. And then 2 people became 4 people. I remember the day specifically that I got 72 subscribers. And that was the point where I was like, wow, like this is awesome. Like people love this. Like could I imagine like 72 people sitting in like a classroom, right? 72 people sitting in a classroom, and that's my class. Like that's all I could ever ask for. And now we're making our way up to 4,000 subscribers. Like that's really, really cool. And I would basically say that the best thing to do to get known and get people interested in your work is be passionate. Be passionate and do it for yourself. And just make it good, right? Make it good enough for you. And as you improve and improve and improve, people will notice you. I guarantee you. There's always people out there looking for something new, right? So, yeah, and also another big thing is networking, right? Because I feel like, okay, a big thing that jumped me up in terms of people noticing me was when I actually worked for Riot. Because Riot is just like this big culture, right? And it was really nice because when I first started working for them, they were releasing my name on the art spotlights, but they stopped doing that now, which is something that I'm not too big of a fan of. But I should be happy enough that they released it on the first ones anyway, because Not a lot of companies do that. It's just like, oh yeah, here's your name and the credits, right here. But they were like, bam, like check this out. This is our new champion, and Keenan drew it, And so that's actually a big reason. Because I asked you guys, like, how did you guys even hear about the show? And they're like, oh, I saw your art for League. So I am very grateful for that. So I would say, do what comes from within you. Be passionate, and network, and always be on the lookout for people. Like meet people at conventions. Talk to them. Try sending them an email. I send tons of emails to people that I would like to get in contact with. And even though they're really, really busy or they might not have time to respond to my email, I still just send it anyway, right? Maybe, if anything, they'll just take a look at it and be like, oh, wow, that's awesome, and just chuck it in the trash. But at least they saw my name. And maybe they'll see it again one day. Let us see. Let us see. Mr. Damon, you're asking, do you think the simplified style of Emma will affect the realistic style of Law? What do you mean by that? Like if I were to go back and make some new, like make a new splash, so I feel like it would be hard to transition back to that? Is that what you're saying? While you think about that, I'm going to go ahead and answer another question. So, let's see. Toucans is asking, am I thinking of doing a YouTube partnership? I have thought about it, but to be honest, like with the amount of subscribers and the people that watch my videos right now, it's not enough money. I wouldn't make enough money off of that to justify inconveniencing people with ads on my thing. Because if I become a YouTube partner, yeah, I get the cool little banner up top and it's all fancy and the buttons and all that stuff. But I just don't want people to have to watch ads, be forced to watch ads every 10 minutes. I just think it's stupid. And what, for like $1 at the end of the month, it's just not enough. Maybe once I get closer to 100,000 subscribers, then, or maybe even a few 10,000 subscribers, that's cool. Maybe I'll think about doing it again. But again, that's not my priority right now. My priority is I've got the people that I need, right? I've got the awesome people that love art and they're great artists. And they believe in what I'm doing. They believe in passion. They believe in creation, right? And that's where it all starts, right? It all starts with us. Really, this isn't just my project. It's all of ours, right? And you guys are a part of it because you're here literally seeing it being made every day. And I hope that you guys feel as special about that as I do, sitting here actually making it. All right. Mr. Rosario, I love teaching, although I really like just the way that I have the KNKL show set up where I can just make a lesson and it's free and people can just tune in and watch it. Honestly, I love teaching, right? But like in order to like really set up a schedule and be like, okay, we're going to pay you, come in and teach these people, that's cool. Like I'd love to do that, but for right now, all my time is on this baby right here. You can't see, but I'm pointing to the screen. Yeah, I know you guys have to watch ads here. That's why I'm saying you guys need to take the advice of my friend and download an ad blocker. So you don't have to watch ads because I'm not making money off of these ads. I wish I was. Alright, continuing. We got, okay, it's 8 o'clock, so I will take 2 more questions along with Mr. Damon's. So 3 more, rather. Rosario, you say like simple art classes for kids. That was actually one of my first jobs. I worked at like a kids art studio. It was really, really fun. And I think, I told this story before, but one of the times I was teaching the kids to draw SpongeBob, and just hearing this little kid's voice, this child's voice, was like pure, it was like an angel, just saying, Keenan, come help me, right? It was like something, it was like my motherly instinct turned on, and I was like, I must help this child. And then my life's calling was realized. I'm like, I am supposed to teach. I'm supposed to inspire, and I'm supposed to show people that they can do awesome stuff. Okay, so Damon is elaborating on his question from before. Do I feel that the style of Emma will affect the style of the splashes? He says, do you feel it'll be harder to transition back, or is this style now engraved in my soul? No, No, one of the biggest things that I believe in as an artist is that you are supposed to be very, very, like you don't just have one style, right? And you're not just a carbon copy of somebody else, but you have a multitude of styles, right? You are super, what's the word? Versatile, right? You can do all this broad range of styles. And once you remember how to do something, you don't forget. It's like, I'm doing these really cartoony, simple comics, but if anything, the masking techniques and just how to do like the clean edges and all that stuff is going to transition into the LOL art when I start doing it again, or if I start doing it again. And I think it'll actually help to make it even better. And I think the break from doing art for League of Legends is actually going to be really, really good for me. All right. Last question, guys. I do apologize if I'm not able to answer questions here, but we are going to be having an awesome Skype session after this. Thanks to you awesome people for setting that up. And yeah, if you have any additional questions, we'll just probably be hanging out there and you can ask me then. So, Coleman Reyna asks a great question. I'm going to end with this. He asks, would you be interested, or have you ever thought about recruiting artists to work with you? Mr. Coleman Reyna, actually that is a very, very good question. And I have thought about this, right? Like, that is like the ultimate goal, right? Like, how cool would it be to start something now and build up enough capital to maybe start a company? Like, that would be really cool. I could actually hire other artists to help me and like work on stuff. I mean, that, to be honest, that's really, really cool. And I would love nothing more than to be able to support me, my friends, and then anybody else who wants to help out and join and contribute to the comic, you know? But as of right now, like, I don't have that choice, obviously, because all I can do is support myself. But eventually, yes, I'm looking kind of towards the big time for this. Like, my goals are high, right? Like, I know that I'm successful already for what I've done, but as to where I can take this to, like, there's no end in sight for me. Like, I want, like, biggest thing imaginable is, hey, I make the next Marvel Comics, right? Who knows? I might look back on this one day and be like, wow, that's crazy that I thought that, and here I am, you know? But we'll see what happens with that. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's stream. Thank you once again for tuning in to the KNKL Emma stream, episode 13. My name is Keenan Lafferty. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care.